I kept telling myself this word, process. Focus on my process. Don't care about the result. You know I need that cockiness, the self-belief, arrogance, swagger, whatever you want to call it. I need that on the golf course to bring the best out of myself. So you know, once I leave the golf course, you know that all gets left there. The next time I cry about golf, it will only be with joy. It's not worth crying over golf for any other reason. After all, it's only a game. I've come across enough successful people now to know that the best in whatever walk of life, they're the ones who just work the hardest. I realized that if I want to be the best and fulfill my potential, I'm going to have to do the same thing. And for those who are lucky enough to be born with a gift and then choose to work the hardest, that's the combination. I don't really remember, but from about the age of 5, I told anyone who would listen that I was going to be the best golfer in the world. To be a top-class athlete, you have to train hard. You have to eat right. You have to get enough rest. I feel the way golf is going nowadays. You have to treat yourself as an athlete. With success comes expectation, and I know the expectation on me is going to be pretty high. It is never easy to win, but it is a lot easier to win when you play well. The key is winning golf tournaments when you are not playing so well. Managing your game is something that I feel that I am still learning to do. Going to the gym is great for your body, but it's also great for your mind. I was more worried about what other people would think rather than, me. But you have got to do what is right for yourself and what you feel comfortable with. As long as I keep enjoying my golf, then hopefully I'll be able to play well. I expect big things from myself, but as long as I can keep the commitment and dedication and put the hard work in, I don't see why there's any reason not to handle it okay. I believe that anybody with Mandela's capacity to endure hardship and then forgive is a born leader and example to us all. I think there came a time, probably when I was about 13, when I started to struggle with an increasing volume of schoolwork and the demands from my golfing schedule and aspirations. I'm not sure if the decision to leave school was very clear in my mind then, but I did know that in the juggling between the two, my energies were most definitely in the golfing direction. In a serious sense, wanting to change something from the past doesn't work for me. Change something you don't enjoy now, rather than regretting it later. Fitness plays such an important role in my life and an integral part of my golf structure that I think I might be quite good at teaching others the benefits of sport and fitness. How can I intimidate Tiger Woods? The guy's got 75 or whatever PGA Tour wins, 14 majors. He's been the biggest thing ever in our sport. How could some little 23-year-old from Northern Ireland with a few wins come up and intimidate him? Everything is firing on all cylinders for me. I want to try to become the best golfer in the world. I don't want to feel inferior to any other golfer in the world. If you do that, then you're giving them an advantage. Right off right from the start. I'm happy with the success I've had, and I feel like there's been a lot that I've learned this year, and that's a great thing going into the future. Leaving golf aside for the moment, I'd choose Roger Federer as a sporting role model. Muhammad Ali for a sporting and non-sporting role model, and Nelson Mandela as a true and lasting inspiration. It's been 18 months since I won on the European Tour, and to win the flagship event, I could not have asked for any more. I wanted to make a point of basing myself at home, being close to my family. I'll never be able to repay Mom and Dad for what they did, but at least they know they'll never have to work another day. I'll do whatever it takes to look after them. I realize that every time my face is on TV or am playing in a tournament, that I am a role model for a lot of people, and a lot of people and a lot of kids do look up to me. I try to do my best in that regard and put myself across as honestly and as modestly as possible as well. My parents are very proud, but Dad ripped into me for throwing a club on the 11th tee. He's happy with the way I played, but he always has to have something to moan about. I'm afraid there are no replays or second chances in amateur or professional golf, and that's the way it should be. The flight I'm most excited about is the one that takes me back to Northern Ireland to visit family and friends. Sport was an obvious favorite of mine, and not only golf. I was, and still am, a big rugby fan. I started to really believe in myself and my abilities when I won the World Under-10 Championship in Doral, Florida. I was 9 and saw for the first time that I was amongst the best players in the world for my age. This was a massive confidence builder for me. I was very excited when I first started to travel so much. In fact, I was amazed that people were paying me to travel to play the game I loved. If somebody asks me whether I'd rather sink the winning putt in the Ryder Cup or win a major, it's the major every day. World Championship or Ryder Cup. Win a World Championship. At the end of the day, you're going to be remembered for what you achieve in an individual sport. Home will always be Northern Ireland, but my schedule means for the next few years, I won't be there as much. I can't do the same things that I did a year ago. That is, I'm something conscious of, but I'm not sad about it. It's fine. I really enjoy playing Tiger Woods on the YI, and you can set the levels to easy, medium, or hard. So I think it's definitely a good way for kids to learn the motion of a golf swing if they want to get into the sport. It makes it more fun for them as well. If I'm playing in the morning, I'll get some carbs early, porridge with chopped banana. If I'm playing in the afternoon, I'll start with less carbs and have some eggs and fruit for breakfast. Then a light lunch about 90 minutes before I play, so I don't feel sluggish or full. You get thrown off balance out there, and I never recovered. Well, I haven't recovered yet. I always got very excited about the Masters as a kid. I could hardly wait until the Wednesday when you'd get the BBC's preview, and I'd then be glued to the screen until Sunday night. As an international sportsman, I am very lucky to be supported by people all over the world, many of who treat me as one of their own, no matter what their nationality, or indeed mine. This is the way sport should be. I used to not really like going to the gym when I was playing tournaments because I'd be sore and stiff, but the more you keep doing it, the less soreness you have, and you actually start to enjoy it. My dad's a scratch golfer, and I've got the knack of seeing something and then replicating it. I saw my dad swing a club, and I worked out how to do the same thing. My backswing and follow-through have been basically the same since I was 2. It may come as a surprise, but I also really started to get into history while I was at school. I found the projects about World War II fascinating. Perhaps when I get the time again, I could pick up where I left off. I'm sure there was an educational angle to the trips. I think one was to the Ulster Museum, but it was the fun and banter I had with my friends I remember the most. I feel like I came through this year stronger and wiser, and I can go into 2015 in a much better place.